Good morning, boo. Thanks for answering my phone call. Today we're reviewing the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Can't stop, won't stop. Only thing I hear when I pronounce the name is Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Rockefeller. See, if you don't know what that song is, then you too young for me, though. So today we're doing a 12-hour wear test and review on the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Got it out. Now let's just take a quick look at the packaging. 1 fluid ounce bottle, glass, shake well, clear plastic top, and you get a bottle. On the Ulta website, this comes in at $14.99. On NYX.com, it's $15. NYX describes this foundation as lightweight, waterproof, and pigmented AF. NYX Professional Makeup's Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation hustles as hard as you do. This comfy liquid formula comes in 45 flattering shades that don't transfer. Every creamy shade glides on smooth, delivering matte coverage and color, and stays true for up to 24 hours. This little overachiever also works to control shine and mattify your complexion all day long. But it doesn't stop there. This foundation is non-comedogenic and suitable for normal, oily, combination, and sensitive skin type. Since they did come out with the Magic Primer, I did pick that up, and then I'm going to use on the other side of my face the NYX Angel Veil, but we'll get there when I get there. Now for the range, 45 shades in a drugstore, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Alyssa actually collaborated with NYX Cosmetics to create this foundation, I believe, to create the foundation and the color range, or it could just be the color range. Now the color I found that closest matches my skin tone right now, or the time I bought this, because my skin has been changing colors, is the color Sienna, and it is the 34th shade from the lightest and the 12th shade from the deepest. So there is color for anyway, I think it's time to zoom in and apply this thing to my face. I've got to start my time. All right, now that we're all zoomed into my face, let's get this application together. I'm going to use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop primer on this side of my face, and I'm going to use the NYX Angel Veil on this side of my face. I really like the NYX Angel Veil primer. It's basically the drugstore dupe to the Hourglass Veil primer. As far as the NYX Can't Stop primer goes, don't like putting mattifying primers underneath mattifying foundations. I just feel as if my skin gets so dry in the beginning that it overproduces oil later on in the day, basically. But we're here to give it a try. So for the sponge, I'm going to be using a Real Techniques, and for foundation brush, I'm just going to use this Flat Top Kabuki by Sonia Kashuk. All right, so now let me just give you a taste or an idea of the consistency and what one pump gives you. It's thick. Thickums. This side's going to be the NYX Angel Veil. And this side, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop primer. Now there are special directions to applying this primer. It's swirl, swirl, tap, 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 or swirl, tap, tap, tap. It's not like what I just did with the veil side. The veil side applies like lotion. Also, just to note, this is really thick. It's basically one of those silicone primers. Let's see. Wow, that's matte, child. Ooh. Matte who? Matte you? Jeez. I kind of feel like I could feel it sucking up the oils. If you put too much, it does that bally thing, and if you move it around, it does the bally thing. So that's why I feel like that's why they mentioned to just tap it in. Now, as you can see, I do have some dark spots from some pimples that are going away. This one was fresh. These have just been hanging around for months. This side is my least problematic side. So we're going to see how far this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation will take us. Start with the brows. This is why I like using brush. I'm just going to use the first pump to clean up my brows real quick. Then I'm going to dot it and spread it. For sure feels better on the side with the veil. So one pump basically did my forehead, my temples. Let's do the brush on the veil side down up here. That was like nothing, like no time at all. I do still see some spots right here, so I kind of feel like that is like the first layer is medium. Sponge side looks a little sheerer with the sponge side, and it's a bit patchy with the sponge side. Let's see if I can just maybe it's the primer and it's clinging to that spot. I did put primer here. You see that? I don't know, can you see that? That shot, that spot that's like shiny, it's like the primer lifted. Not even a lot. I think the brush is the better bet with this product. So I'm going to just put one more pump. So I applied about half of the second pump to this side of my face, and I'm going to just use the sponge to try to blend this out. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's a wee bit patchy, like, see that? Just on the sponge side so far. I don't know if it's gonna be the whole foundation and the whole face, I hope not. Okay, I'm gonna apply the rest of the second pump to this side of my face and blend it out with the brush and see. This is a BH Cosmetic flat brush, by the way, number 102 brush. This side brushed out easier, and it looks even. It didn't quite cover up my blemishes, so it's like medium. It just gave me like a wash of color. Can you see that, like right there, that patchy spot, and then like right here. Blendability, I think your best bet is to use a brush. I'm going to apply a second layer and see if this thing is doable. I'm just gonna basically brush this on and then blend it out with the brush. See, the brush seemingly brought it back. Kind of. Oh shit, what's happening? I don't think she's buildable. Because now it's like I got a patchy spot here and I didn't have one here before. See, like right here. It's a little patchy on my nose. Slight like patch here. Maybe it just needs to dry. Maybe I just need to let her dry. I'm gonna let her dry. Alright, so she's been on for a little 5-7 minutes. She feels dry, doesn't feel tight, very lightweight, but let's talk about this patchy. Holy crap. You gotta work so fast with this. Like, where I went to layer it, this is not okay. Alright, so we're gonna take a quick flash test. Flash. No flashback. She didn't mention she contained SPF, so no flash there. She actually looks really good on camera, so I'm hoping I can conceal and powder this to an even state. So I'm going to finish up my makeup. Today's gonna be a basic, bare minimum makeup look. We're gonna call the starting point about 8:30 a.m. and I'll be back a little later. Before I leave real quick, I wanna talk about the finish. The finish is, it's matte. Like, your girl is matte. Okay, matte. The side with the Angel Veil and the NYX primer seem to be just about as matte, no real difference there. So this is what my face looks like after 12 hours. This is the side that I had the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop primer. And this is the side that I chose to do the NYX Angel Veil. Now, I definitely feel like my face is definitely greasier on the Angel Veil side, but it's still equally as greasy, or like it's still greasy. Oxidation, when I sat down, I put this swatch on. So let's just put another swatch, a fresh swatch. Fresh swatch. See, the color match is so good, like you could barely see it on the back of my hand. Just swatch this right next to it. And as you can see, you would definitely need to let this dry and store. Don't think that the color that's either on the bottle or, you know, fresh out the pump without letting it sit for a little bit and dry completely is the color it's going to be, because clearly she oxidizes. Now let's just give it a quick blot. I'm just gonna use the sponge that I had used earlier. I mean, one blot did her good, but you could see she's still very patchy. Like, as of right now, I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a day 2 with a hydrating primer. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a day 2 with a hydrating primer because this just did not work out in my favor. Oil control, I would say that it did hold my oils together. I did do a midday check-in before I went to lunch, and My skin looked great, like for it to be, you know, 5-6 hours into the day. It was like when I got into like hour number 8 when things was like, oh, okay, sis. And then obviously at 12 hours, it was full on oils, but one blot, and she really did really, really well. This does claim to be transfer resistant, sweat proof, 24-hour wear. It's supposed to be like all that you need. So I'm just going to rub this white pad over the first swatch that should be like fully dry by now. Let's see if she transfers. Oh my God. She transfers. So transfer free. Nah, sis. Nah. For day one, I would say that she transfers, she does oxidize, she does wear long. It doesn't seem like the blot made it go away, like blotting made it go away, but it was patchy from the beginning, so I can't really tell if, you know what I mean? Like, well, yeah, I could tell we got a little bit gone here and around my nose, but most of it's on and still kind of looking fresh after blotting. Yeah, as of right now, day one is not working out. So I'm gonna give this foundation a second try with a hydrating primer tomorrow. So we'll see. Right, so on to day two, because yesterday was a disaster. Those primers, not gonna make it. So today I wanna try it with Too Faced Hangover Helper Primer because it's a moisturizing primer. I'm personally not a fan of putting mattifying primers underneath mattifying foundations. They've never really worked out for me, but I do like to put a moisturizing primer underneath a mattifying foundation because I feel like between the two they balance out. Today I'm gonna try the NYX foundation with Too Faced Hangover Helper. I need to buy a full size. I finished mine and yeah, as you can see, now I'm on to sample size. Today I'm using the Real Techniques Expert Space Brush to blend out the foundation. Yesterday it was just easier to blend out this foundation with brush, so I'm just gonna stick to that. Yeah, it seemed like today it blended in way better. So mattifying primer, nah. This is a foundation you definitely need well moisturized skin with. If you have dry skin, it's probably gonna stick to your dry spots. All right, I'm gonna finish my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, it's 8:40. Thank you, Minnie. And I'm starting my day off. My face is fully done. I just put on some lashes, the same liquid lipstick I had on yesterday, which is Tule by ColourPop. As of right now, it's even compared to yesterday. I don't know if it's because it's a drop neutral and it's the color that's off, or if it's just patchy on me. It doesn't look bad, it's just, she could look better. NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, day 2. All right, so it's 8 o'clock, 30 minutes to 8:30. I'm tired. I think I wanna wrap this up today since this is my second day wearing this foundation in a row. So yesterday I tried this foundation with the recommended primer and another primer from NYX. As you can see, that not gonna make it. Today I used it with Too Faced Hangover Helper, and to me it looks way better. Like, yes, my oils are all the way through, which is fine, but the patchiness was less today. Like, it wasn't as patchy. It doesn't look crazy. I think your best bet with this foundation is to use it with a hydrating primer. I don't know, I feel as if there are foundations in the same price range that just look better. This is just okay to me. It's not like, oh my God, I want to try this again. Matter of fact, I might be just returning this. I don't see myself using this ever again. Let's just blot and see how this looks. A little bit came off from blotting because the sponge was clean. So a little bit did come off from when I blotted, and as you can see, I think it's all gone off my nose. Gone here and here. So yeah, yeah. I mean, and I really wanted to like this, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like, it's just okay. No wonder people stopped talking about it. It was like, it was hyped for a second and then it fell off the board. I now understand. While you're here, why don't you subscribe and hit that notification button, and then my phone calls should come right through to you, boo. It's been a long 2 days testing out this foundation. I'm gonna just get off the line, boo. I'll call you later, boo.